Star Wars figures. R2-D2. Chewbacca, Luke, and Princess Leia. They're the Star Wars Early Bird set of figures. These action figures are not yet available, but this Star Wars Early Bird certificate package is in stores with this colorful Star Wars picture display stand and certificate to send in to get a set of figures by mail. They'll be sent to you at home between February 1st and June 1st. The Star Wars Early Bird certificate package, new from Kenner.
Hello there, welcome to Blue Harvest Vintage Toys and Merry Christmas. And on this video today I'm going to be talking about how an empty box became a must-have item in 1977. Yes, Christmas 43 years ago, kids got an empty box instead of Star Wars figures. And you'll think you'll get some crappy Christmas presents. But I'm here to tell you why it became that year's must-have gift. Imagine you're a little kid waking up on Christmas morning 1977. For the past few months you've lived and breathed Star Wars. You'd lined up to watch the film in theatres back in the spring, and since then, it's all you and your friends have been able to talk about. There's been talk of a company called Kenner bringing out a line of action figures to tie in with the year's big hit movie. Surely there'd be a whole bunch of them waiting under your Christmas tree for you, wouldn't there? But as you tear open gift after gift, you realise that Star Wars toys aren't there. You open up a final package and you're presented with which is essentially an empty box. A cardboard envelope really, which contains little more than a few bits of cardboard and a handful of stickers. This was the Early Bird certificate package. A collection of printed material designed as a message of reassurance to whoever was holding it. Your Star Wars figures aren't ready yet, it seemed to say. Probably in the voice of Alec Guinness. Be patient. They'll be in the mail soon. If kids up and down America were nonplussed by the empty boxes on Christmas morning, we can only guess at the panic unfolding at toy company Kenner in the run-up to the festive season. In 1976, Kenner had managed to land the exclusive rights to produce Star Wars merchandise when a much larger company, the Mego Corporation, had passed on Lucasfilm's attempt to make a deal. But Kenner, like just about everyone else, had failed to anticipate just what a phenomenon Star Wars would become. On its release on May 25th, 1977. As the summer of Star Wars unfolded, it became clear that the film's rapidly growing army of fans would need something more than a board game and a few jigsaw puzzles to sate their appetite. Yet as Christmas 1977 approached, this was more or less all Kenner had managed to produce. We've got the Escape from Death Star board game, Kenner's John Beck rather weakly told the Telegraph. A Star Wars poster set, a Star Wars dip-dot design book, and 4 Star Wars jigsaw puzzles out. The problem, Beck explained, was that the action figures take a long time to produce. They have to be designed and sculpted. Those sculpts have to be turned into steel moulds. The toys then have to be cast, painted and safety tested. Then they have to be packaged up and shipped off to toy stores. It usually takes a year of production time for a toy figure like this, Beck said. And even though we hired extra people and cut the production time to 7 months, we still couldn't make it by Christmas. Faced with the prospect of losing millions of dollars in sales over its most lucrative period, Kenner came up with an ingenious plan. If you can't deliver the action figures themselves, why not at least sell the promise of them? And thus one of the boldest marketing gimmicks in the history of toy making came into being. Advertised on television and in newspapers, the package retailed for about $10 to $15 and contained a Star Wars Space Club membership card, a cardboard display stand depicting 12 Star Wars characters, and a rather apologetic set of stickers. Most importantly of all, there was the certificate itself, a postcard which, when filled in and sent off, promised to send back 4 Star Wars figures before the spring of 1978. It was the kind of move that could have caused a public relations disaster amongst angry parents and kids alike. Kenner was, after all, selling their customers a nicely printed IOU. Instead, the clamour for Star Wars merchandise was such that the Early Bird kit was a huge success. We did some market research to see if people would settle for certificates with the promise that toys would be delivered by February 15th. Beck said of the scheme. The research told us that it would work, and so what we call our Star Wars Early Bird certificate package is really selling. In fact, the packages are selling so fast that Kenner once again found itself taken by surprise. A newspaper story published on December the 18th, 1977 reports that the packages had sold out all over New York and Chicago. To make matters worse, certificates were only on sale for a limited time. The package clearly states that it is not to be sold after December 31st, 1977, and further, some toy shops refuse to even stock them. "We sell toys," one New York store owner snootily told the paper, "not promises." There was something else Kenner hadn't envisioned. The first growth of what would become a huge market for Star Wars collectibles amongst adults. Even though he envisioned the certificates had been placed under the tree and not opened until December 25th, Beck said, "We'd gotten a lot of them sent back to us already." Adults seemed interested in having the figurines for themselves too. We had a 26-year-old engineering student calling us and asking us how soon they'll be ready. For Star Wars fans of all ages, those first few months must have seemed an age to wait the first consignment of figures. According to a news report published in early 1978, the number of certificate holders waiting for their figures numbered several 100,000. And in mid-January of that year, Kenner finally began shipping the toys that they owed. 3.75 figures of Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, Chewbacca and R2-D2. The toys came in a plastic tray housed in a slim rectangular plastic box. One small plastic bag contained tiny white pegs, which could be used to secure the figures to the display stand Kenner sent you before Christmas. Kenny to the last, the company enclosed a leaflet advertising a further offer. Fill out forms and send $2, and Kenner would send you a collector's action stand, designed to house the 8 other figures released that spring. By the end of 1978, Kenner had managed to shift an estimated 40 million Star Wars toys. Kenner's scheme had worked, as newspapers began reporting of delighted American kids finally receiving their action figures through the post. In March 78, he was so excited he just about jumped out of his skin, her mother said of her Star Wars obsessed son. And evidently relieved John Beck pledged that Kenner would never attempt to pull off the same trick again. "We treated it as a unique merchandising idea," Beck said to the Evening Independent. "Chances are it'll never be done again." And Beck was right, to a point. Kenner had been wound up by his parent company, Hasbro, by the turn of the millennium, but nostalgia for the early bird days saw the certificate package reprinted and reissued in 2005. Released to coincide with the release of Star Wars Revenge of the Sith, the reproduction packaging was sold exclusively in Walmart stores. As before, mailing the enclosed certificate would prompt Hasbro to dispatch a set of 4 figures between May and December 2005, albeit very different sculpts from the Luke, Leia, R2 and Chewie figures sent out in the 1970s. Affection for Kenner's early bird scheme is such that it remains a cherished item amongst collectors. Both the original packaging and the action figures can sell for hundreds of pounds on eBay, and the early bird version of Luke Skywalker with his unique double telescoping lightsaber being one of the most avidly collected figures in Kenner's line of vintage action figures. Kenner's early bird package may have been a mere empty box, a stopgap until its production line could get into gear, but it still remains a sought-after item over 40 years later. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and watch out for all the videos coming over Christmas. No, I'm not taking a break, so you'll probably hear me say this once or twice more over Christmas. Merry Christmas, and may Santa be with you.